3 years ago, our next guest was nearly killed by her ex-partner. Unfortunately, due to several court delays, the case never made it to trial. Fast forward to today, and Kate Alexander spends much of her time demanding legislative changes as a prominent advocate for victims of intimate partner violence. And Kate joins us now alongside Peter Linnaeus. You're a male advocate here. We're going to talk about the organization you both are part of. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Oh gosh, thank you. Thank you so much for always having us. It is, without our media friends, we cannot, move the needle, as they say, and we haven't been able to, wouldn't be able where we're at. So thank you so much for being here.
Excellent work, and we're going to talk a little bit about an event that's going to be happening right across Canada, happening on Monday. But first, I do want to let viewers at home know that we're going to have the number for the Assaulted Women's Helpline at the bottom of the screen here for yourself or for anyone who may need it. Kate, I want to start with you. I can only imagine just how difficult and challenging it must be to get laws changed. Where do you start?
Where do I start? Well, we started with what happened, and I mean, I saw the need, and again, it's a matter of just working together in order to change. Honestly, the entire justice system needs reform. That is really what people ask. Well, what bill? I said it's a myriad of bills. I think we have about seven sort of in the process, and we've been able to advance them over the course of the last 7 months. And again, I thank you very much for being a part of that, because without our friends in media, this wouldn't be receive the attention that it deserves. And I am very proud to say that things have shifted this year, and we have so much work to do. And I don't understand why politicians are trying to make this issue partisan when it's very simply a human rights issue.
You've been sharing your story. You've been giving a voice to many others through the End Violence Everywhere initiative. Peter, you are a board member there, also an advocate. Walk me through the message you have for folks and just how important it is to be part of an organization like EVE.
I feel that the most paradigm dimension of this is acknowledging and seeing the opportunity for men everywhere to advance and really make themselves part of the voice and realize that the level of intimate partner violence and the level of domestic violence that ends up happening that goes unreported is something that needs to be dealt with. And we have an opportunity as men to lend our voices, lend our support, lend our understanding and active listening to recognize these things, not only as they happen, but even so much the earmarks and helping prevent it to stop. I look at it, my responsibility of a man is to have the heart, see what's happening in the moment, and stand up. Be there for people as they need you.
With an issue like this, you never know who's going through it. You have an initiative like EVE here. You have a personal connection here. You've shared your story. What's your message and what's your goal for this initiative?
End violence everywhere. It's in the name, and I really just want us to unite. We've for so long pinned the genders against each other. We've been more combative, even used, well, we're fighting intimate partner violence. No, I don't even want to use those terms anymore. We need to come together. We need to be supportive of each other. We need to honor our differences and not be so divisive, especially around these issues. We need men and women and non-binary and everyone to come together. It really is going to take a community, and that's really how we change this.
Nationwide rally set to get underway Monday, again across Canada. One happening here in Toronto, set to take place at 12 p.m. at Queen's Park. Tell us about Voices Against Violence and the goal.
Voices Against Violence was a coalition founded by so many survivors. It's really survivor-led. We have, I think, 10 plus different organizations across the country participating. And I mean, it's incredible to find this survivor family. And we believe that a peaceful demonstration across the country will be that, that moment and that type of event that can unite us on our mission. And we really, survivors struggle in silence so often, the majority of the time, very frankly. And so we really want what has been considered to be a private matter to be a issue you can talk about openly, find safety in, find a community, and move on and rebuild your life away from abuse. So Voices Against Violence is going to be an amazing, peaceful, loving, that moment where everyone, survivors included, can come together. I just received an email this morning from a woman who, I've been alone for 10 years in this situation, and well, you're not alone anymore. Please come join us. And it's so moving to see that. And this country deserves it. Everyone in this country deserves it.
And why Queen's Park? Why take this rally to Queen's Park?
They've been on vacation for
And they're back on Monday.
Yes,
they're back on Monday.
That was intentional. Very specific. Queen's Park, because A, it's very easy to find. It's a central building. We have built-in security there, and it's a place where the change can actually happen, and we need to work with our government. And nonprofit is that liaison between civilian and government body, and we need to, have a presence there and let them know that we're not going away.
Peter, what's going to be your message on Monday?
Well, outside of so far as I've gotten attention into the studio for my choice in how I dress, which has been a huge compliment. Too bad you can't see the shoes.
Yes.
And it's more importantly just to see the active presence, the voice, being there in terms of your literal voice, signage, representation, and showing that support, and exactly mirroring what Kate is talking about, where we're uniting together and acknowledging this is an epidemic, this needs to be addressed, there has to be systems in place in order to protect folks that are victims, and not letting them go feeling silenced.
Okay, Voices Against Violence, the rally happening nationwide, as we mentioned, in Toronto, 12 p.m. at Queen's Park. We will, of course, be there. Kate and Peter, we thank you so much for coming in here today.
Oh gosh, thank you so much.